The fourth round of vice presidential debates for the Republican primary took place just a couple of hours ago, in fact. And, well, to be completely honest, I learned about these vice presidential Republican primary debates just a couple of hours ago because, well, are we really even convinced that this is anything worth anybody's time at this point? You know, like, there's 4 people left on the stage, 4 people vying to, I don't know, well, 3 of them vying to keep their political aspirations alive past this current election cycle, and another one who is jonesing for a cabinet position. And holy man, if there was any doubt as to who could have possibly won this debate, I would say the guy who is currently totally a dog walking everybody, and that would be Vivek Ramaswamy. Because my guy out here, he brought a blowtorch to a debate, and trust me, nobody was ready for what the heat that he was bringing. And he went after Nikki Haley. He went after Chris Christie in a way that we haven't seen on live television in forever. Maybe Al Bundy on Married with Children going after fat chicks at the shoe store was the last time that we seen tons of fun get roasted like that, because holy shit, man. The fact that he brought it back to the days like the early 2000s internet forums makes me like the guy even more. I know he's got more problems than a taxi driver in a neck brace. He's still gonna simp as hard for our greatest ally in the Middle East than just about everybody else, sans Nikki Haley, in the rest of the Republican Party. But fuck, man, if we could just have a fucking good laugh at this point in time, I appreciate him for providing the chuckles. So let's get Chris Christie's fat ass out the way first and foremost, because Vivek, he was swatting flies like they're circling around his aunt's face back in his home country. Chris Christie calls Vivek the most obnoxious blowhard in America. Well, ain't that the fat pot calling the kettle black? And a smartass and furious back and forth Ramaswamy tells the rival to, yo man, I could tell you this, or I could just let the man fucking, break it down himself, because he actually said this on television. I love it. I'm never anticipating anybody saying this. This just means, I think the world is healing, guys.
I think we just learned something from Chris Christie. We learned 3 things right there. First of all, Chris Christie also doesn't know what provinces in eastern Ukraine he actually wants us to fight for. Chris, your version of foreign policy experience was closing a bridge from New Jersey to New York. Yeah. So do everybody a favor, just walk yourself off that stage, enjoy a nice meal, and get the hell out of this race.
Yo, what the fuck? Have yourself a nice meal, son. Take a walk off this stage, and then that's the bottom line, because Vivek Ramaswamy said so. Oh, hell yeah. I love it, man. Like, these guys are fighting for absolutely nothing. We all know Trump's going to be the fucking nominee at the end of the day, so at least make a fucking show out of it. Oh, my God. Yeah, I'd be scared of Chris Christie, walking over and slapping somebody, but I don't think his fucking hands will reach outside the circumference of his gut, so you're all right doing that. Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie furiously defended his rival Nikki Haley after she was attacked by entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy during the 4th Republican debate in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Now, you might have heard at the beginning of that clip, Vivek allude to can't even name certain provinces in Ukraine and all that stuff, and that was actually building upon a goddamn great roast he had of Nikki Haley, and that right there is a screenshot that is going right into the thumbnail, because holy, this bitch got smoked by Vivek. She was definitely adversary number 1, and when I seen that he actually did this, okay, he took it on the debate stage. He took Fresh and Fit's name 3 countries question, and he got the exact same result on live fucking television. I love this guy.
I want to say one thing about the tie to Ukraine, if I may. So foreign policy experience is not the same as foreign policy wisdom. I want everybody at home to know that I was the first person to say we need a reasonable peace deal in Ukraine. Now a lot of the neocons are quietly coming along to that position, with the exceptions of Nikki Haley and Joe Biden, who still support this, what I believe is pointless war in Ukraine. Yep. And I think those with foreign policy experience, one thing that Joe Biden and Nikki Haley have in common is that neither of them could even state for you 3 provinces in eastern Ukraine that they want to send our troops to actually fight for. Look at that. This is what I want people to understand. These people have, I mean, she has no idea what the hell the names of those provinces are, but she wants to send our sons and daughters and our troops and our military equipment to go fight it. So,
shout out her Robot Ron for just knowing to fucking back away from this situation and just go, I'll be good. I'll be over here. Just, hey, I'm just going to stand here with my hands in my pocket. Don't worry about me. I'm no threat right now. We'll just let this little Indian kid cook.
Reject this myth that they've been selling you, that somebody had a cup of coffee stint at the UN and then makes $8 million after, has real foreign policy experience. It takes an outsider to see this through. Look at the blank expression. She doesn't know the names of the provinces.
Shut the fuck up. No, she doesn't, because she's blushing and looking down.
The donors right there that are playing her like the puppet master.
Yo, enough. Something that Chris Christie has never said at a fucking Golden Corral in his entire life. But that's who he's defending. He is simping for the biggest fucking neocon we've seen on a debate stage since Dick fucking Cheney. Brother. And then he ended up catching that, just have yourself a nice meal and go sit down, fat ass, because you're not the same person that you are when you're hungry. Which is every waking minute of the day. Ramaswamy said to Haley that your foreign policy experience is not the same as foreign policy wisdom. Exactly. And you had the cup of coffee at the UN. Yeah, You're not fit to lead. No way, See, all of this shit, it just plays like a fucking wrestling promo, so we might as well lean into it. This insult unleashed a tirade from Christie. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like that first stage, or rather the first form of Bowser in Super Mario World, okay, on the SNES, launch title for that, where he's in the Koopa Copter and it's bouncing across the stage like that. That was like Chris Christie, if I can give you a visual. This is the fourth debate. You would have voted in the first 20 minutes. It's supposed to be Doctors Blowhard in America. No, dude, you got absolutely fucking dick kicked, and that's the best that you can come up with. Nobody likes you. Did you hear every single time that you opened up your fucking fat yap and something fell out of it? Oh no, I gotta take that back, because nothing that goes into Chris Christie's mouth ever has a hope of escaping. But you could just look at how many people support you as compared to Vivek, and at least Mike Pence, the only thing that he's ever shown to have good political instincts was to drop out of this race before this fucking debate. Chris, I know simply you think that you have supporters, you have donors, mostly because they can't escape your gravitational pull. But fucking make like your favorite chair and break away from this party that you so desperately fail to represent in 2023. You'd be a fantastic candidate if William Taft was still on the ticket and needed a fucking body double. But yeah, old fat ass right there, he was pointing to whatever number that he wanted on the value menu. He's like, actually, no, that's the only one that I don't want. I'll just take the rest of it, save everybody some time. Ramaswamy again became the subject of Christie's ire. I was like, no, I had curry before and it was terrible. It was a disgusting event. The two had tussled on the debate stage for a number of times before while discussing the war in Ukraine. What fucking war? Just a money sink, for Christ's sakes. 38-year-old political novice said there needed to be a reasonable peace deal in the war with Russia. Exactly. Then turned to Nikki Haley saying that, this bitch couldn't even pick out 3 fucking provinces that she wants to get your kids killed in. Okay, oh, you can't? Oh, yeah, right. And there you go, just in case. He actually did that, by the way. Like, that's not a screenshot or anything like that. No. He held up the Nikki equals corrupt sign on the stage because he was coming for some throats out there. I don't even know if, did Ron even bother turning up to this thing, or did he just go conserve his power before he can go get fucking plugged back in again? So yeah, that's just all recap of the stuff. And for whatever reason, Meghan Kelly hosting for News Nation. That's like, okay, cool. That's the only gig that you could get back on television. Okay, that's how fucking desperate you're getting. Whatever. Christie opened up the debate by criticizing Trump. Yeah, exactly. Try to continue. I know it's difficult to imagine, but he's trying to punch above his weight class. And the 3 candidates on stage. The 5th guy who doesn't have the guts to show up. He doesn't have to, okay? Just because some fucking, they're not even called random Twitter eggs anymore, but anonymous anime profiles online want to go ahead and shit talk you in the comment section doesn't mean that you need to fucking pull up to their home to roast them, okay? By Trump just simply going, I couldn't be bothered with these fucking plebs. That does more to denigrate your position than even turning up and fucking cooking you like the fat stuffed pig you are. Yeah, he doesn't have the guts to show up here. He's the one who's way ahead in the polls. Why would you say that? And yet, he's one of the three guys who they all seem to compete with, Voldemort. What the fuck are you talking about? He who should not be named, they don't want to talk about it. That's a very timely reference. Again, if this was the mid-2000s, okay? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Just because, that was the last time that you seen your own dick without the assistance of a fucking mirror and a scaffolding team doesn't mean that the world hasn't progressed since then. We're 17 minutes into this debate. We've got all of these for action because this is a race between the four of us, the ex-New Jersey governor said. He later used the same device to hit Ramaswamy. I want to say something else. We're 25 minutes into this debate. What, do you got a timer on your shoes before they fucking lodge a legal complaint of assault against you, so you need to go sit down an appropriate amount of time into this debate? He has insulted Nikki Haley's basic intelligence. Oh, don't call her a basic bitch like that, Chris. Come on, Vivek's the one who's taking pot shots at this fucking cheating hoe that wants to fuck interns in the back of a Suburban in the middle of the parking lot. No, you shouldn't take shots at her. Not her position, her basic intelligence. She doesn't know the region. Oh, no, come on. Oh, no. Come on, don't pick on the woman. She's not that smart. She wouldn't be able to find something on a map, and she has 3 years. Oh, a 3-year-old could find. Yeah, no, come on now. Really hard being a woman in today's day and age. You shouldn't have to be quizzed on basic geography. Come on now. That's being misogynistic. Come on, If you were asking her where they keep the pots and pans in the kitchen, she might be able to answer that. But come on, provinces in Ukraine, don't denigrate her like that. Look, if you want to disagree on other issues, that's fine. And Nikki and I disagree on some issues, but I'll tell you this. I've known her 12 years, which is longer than he's even started to vote in the Republican primaries. That's fantastic. You guys have known and accomplished just as much in politics during that time. Fuck with a side of all. And that played to something that Chris Christie would make sure to fucking lick clean. Christie's takedown didn't deter Ramaswamy's attack. Hell no, because he was cooking. And Chris Christie was like, smells good. But yeah, Ramaswamy moved on to Haley, who moved to second place in New Hampshire and is starting to leapfrog fucking Ron DeSantis for second in some national polls. What an idiot. Ramaswamy, sorry. I don't want to get, names incorrect because I see what we're going to be referencing here very shortly. Was asked by the moderator, Elena Johnson, why he used Haley's full first name, Nimrod, to refer to her when he doubted her Christian faith. Well, she wears a lot of concealer and a lot of makeup on her face to hide the dot. Both candidates were raised Hindu, but Haley converted. Oh, yes, exactly. And if she could convert again, we know exactly where her allegiances would lie. I don't question her faith, but I question her authenticity. Exactly, that's fair. He hammered her for using identity politics by pointing out that she was a woman. Well, yeah, exactly. She loves to pull that card, so if anybody else wants to go ahead and question her on doing that, is that going to be spun as being misogynistic? Doesn't matter at this point in time. She sucks. At the first debate, she said she was the only woman to get this job done, and that's what she said. Well, that is exactly what she said, so he's just simply throwing back. Vivek apparently went back and rewatched the old material. He played the game film, see exactly what worked for him, what failed for everybody else, and he hit him where it hurts, in the personality department. After the third debate, when I criticized Ronna Romney, the Hut, for 5... Why are there so many fat GOPers? It's fucking weird. For 5 failed years as the leadership of the party, I criticized Nikki for her corrupt foreign dealings. As a military contractor, she said, I had a woman problem. He said, well, maybe I don't have a woman problem. Maybe it's just a corrupt woman problem in this fucking Republican Party. No, I have a corruption problem. And then he showed off to the audience at that moment, Nikki equals corrupt. Well, yeah, exactly. Hey, man, if she was running for president of Israel, president for Raytheon, she would be a top-tier candidate. But this is the president of the United States debate. And we all know who the top dog is on this one. That orange cloud looms large over that debate stage, and that's why nobody's really paying attention. But if somebody's trying to drive up ratings and trying to gain support from the people that just find all of this shit fucking hilarious and inconsequential, I think we can all realize who won that debate, or at least the optics of it, and that's 1000% the truth. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.